I need you, receiver.
What's up, folks? We are back better and bigger for season 2 of the Loco Talk Show. I am your host, The Core. And before we kick things off, I want to send a huge shout out to Rooftop York, who is one of our creative directors alongside myself. He also happens to be the sponsor. If you had the opportunity to check out last season, we want to personally thank you. We truly appreciate you. This season, we'll be doing things a bit differently. Not only will we be allowing artists to give a bit of their background regarding their music history, we'll be diving deep into their streams, image, following, and how they network throughout the city. Also, we'll be giving out our very own local social merch and rooftop trucker hat. I know y'all seen that floating around the city lately. Keep it locked for our special guest to kick off season 2 of the Loco Talk Show. What's up, folks? We are back. And at this time, I want to bring out our first guest. He happens to go by the name of JD the MC. I call him the lover boy because his music is so loving. He's been screaming Free Palestine for the longest. Come on out here, brother.
Hey. What's up, Dakota?
What's up? It's good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
You want to introduce yourself to the people?
I would love to introduce myself. So, hello. For those of y'all who don't know me, I go by JD the MC. I'm a local music artist here in Denver. I'm actually from Texas, but I've been messing around with Denver for a couple of years, and I feel like I'm growing some roots here. So.
Absolutely. Were you born in Texas?
I was born in Texas in a small town, or not a small town, in a border town called Eagle Pass. And I spent most of my childhood in Texas, growing up in a small town called Sonora before making the move to Colorado.
Okay, so what brings you to Colorado?
Originally, it was the idea that after high school, I needed to go to college to get on that next step to figure out what I was going to do with my life. So I came here. I studied at CU Boulder. And I studied marketing for about 4 years and got that degree. Yeah.
Okay, so why'd you go to school for marketing? What was your reasoning for that?
Well, we'll take it back. Why did I go to school? Because, my family was like, yo, you need to go to school. You're a smart kid. My mom was like, let's do this thing, JD. So I like to say that really I think I went to school to make my family happy, to make my mom happy.
Absolutely.
And it was a step that I needed to go on because you do get to learn a lot about yourself. I think like 18 to 21, you're really like kind of moving away from your childhood and like looking forward to your adulthood. So I was figuring out what the heck I was doing with my life. Luckily, I did that out here in Colorado because I love the state. And I had the idea of becoming a veterinarian. And with that, whatever I do, I want to be my own boss. So I said, okay, I'm going to need to know how to run my own business, but also how to get people in the know of what I'm doing. And I've always been like a hustler. Like I used to do car wash things, stuff like that. So whatever I have. So I was like, you know what? I know marketing is going to help me in whatever I do.
Absolutely. Okay, so what geared you into wanting to make music? Like, what is the story behind that?
I've always loved music. I was a drummer in school. I did like the marching band. I have a cousin who he would rap when he was younger. He was probably in high school when I was like 6 or 7, 8 or 10, and he would rap to me and my brother, and I just thought it was cool. I was like, okay, like we have a rapper in the family, like someone who can do this, and I've always loved rap. So I was like, I never went as far as writing a song when I was too young, but in college, I needed an outlet. Yeah, and I didn't really journal too much, but I guess, writing songs, so I started just writing them out and just kept doing that, and I said, okay, like, I want to show this with the world. And
absolutely. So you started doing or playing drums. You were in college and you just decided that you wanted to rap. What year was that?
2019. 2019, I was like, wrote Empty Sentiments, which was the first song I recorded. I dropped. Shout out to the homie Sushil for making that a reality. We recorded it in literally his bedroom in Boulder. He just threw a comforter over me, and I held the mic like that. Very...
to soundproof it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, I know it's not a studio. I had an idea, like, there's another setup we could do that'd make it better. But I was ready. I was like, I want this out now. I was like, I want to record this now. I want to start making music now.
Okay.
So yeah, I forgot what the question was.
Yeah, it's okay. What year did you drop that song?
Oh, 2019. Yeah.
Okay. So where did you drop it at?
Spotify. I use DistroKid. So Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. I think it's like Tidal, whatever. It was in 2019, so I think they had less platforms access to, but all the streaming platforms, which I was very excited to share.
Absolutely. Did you get any good feedback?
I did. I remember submitting it to like some radio or something to listen to it, and it was like, we're gonna vote on it, and we'll give you like a hammer if it needs work, or a fire if it's good, or like a basket if it's trash. And I did get like, I want to say like 30 or 40 people at least like responding to it, which was dope, because that's what I was looking for, is like feedback. And it was some like, this is dope, fire, cool. There's some like, I like what you got here, but we got to work on it a little bit. Definitely heard that. And then some people were like, this is literally like a run-on sentence, which I look back at that song and I'm like, it kind of is like just like non-stop talking. But I was like, that's where I was at. Like, I just had like a head full of things I wanted to rant and I was tired of. So I actually took that as like a, not a compliment, but like they saw like what I was doing.
Okay. Did you get any plays or anything like that?
Yeah, I haven't really checked. It's probably like a couple thousand Empty Sentiments. It's been 5 years, so hopefully it's more than like 3,000. But within the first year, definitely probably hit 1,000 or something. I remember like starting to write music and rapping and like getting in front of people, and then the homies were like, what are you doing? Like, this is so cool. So a lot of people were like excited, and after that first song came out, they were really like, what else is coming? Which is really when the pressure started about like continuously dropping and all that stuff.
Absolutely. So you've been dropping since 2019?
2019. I've dropped 5 songs in the past 5 years. So I tell this to people, if you don't know me, it's probably my fault because I've only dropped 5 songs in the past 5 years. But yeah, it's at least been like a song a year. And we have the 6th song dropping pretty soon.
Okay. You don't have any projects like, EPs, no albums, no mixtapes, just singles?
Not released.
Why not?
We're working on those. You want to know the answer? As I'm a perfectionist. Because I'm getting in my own way of actually recording these and then dropping them. I had this conversation with one of my friends last night. He was like, yo, you need to be more comfortable releasing music, because I have some songs that I think are dope that people tell me like, hey, when is this coming out? But I'm like, no, I want to put it, I have ideas and I want to put these songs together. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's a matter of like recording it and dropping it.
Absolutely. So you're from Texas. You started playing the drums. You started writing in 2019. You've been doing that consistently. 5 singles, no albums, no EPs, no mixtapes. That's because you're a perfectionist and you want to make sure that it's done the correct way. Awesome. That's great news. Let's take a break.
My homies for nothing, like where the sneeze at. Oh, you been to the moon, like where the cheese at. Didn't find what you was looking for, where the lean at. Love is the only answer, homie, I really mean that. Live life, it don't take much. Alarms only here to get it shaped up.
We are back, and we are better, like I said previously. Now I want to get off into your streams. How's that going for you? I had the chance to look at what you're looking at, what you look like for your streams, and you're doing pretty well. How'd you accomplish that? I think one song you got about 87,000. How'd you get there?
Yeah. So with that song, I think we're talking about When I Fall in Love.
Mm-hmm.
That was actually a collaboration I did with my homie, Luis. I'm going to give his full name. I'm not going to do that. He goes by Very Abstract.
Mm-hmm.
And he's actually someone I met when I was living in Texas. Before I even started doing any of this, I'm like a nerd. So I like to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'll go to like Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournaments, which is like basically a children's card game. And we stayed in touch. After I moved to college, I started like integrating into this life. And he was like, yo, JD, like, I see you're doing music. Like, I do music as well. Like, do you want to hop on a song? So he sent me over the track with, I think he works fast. So his verse, hook were already on there. Left me like an open 16 or something like that. So I threw him a verse. I recorded it here in Colorado. I sent it back to him. He mixed it into his track. He mixed it in. And then props to Very Abstract, because I know it was a lot of like playlist submitting on YouTube. There's specifically like some playlists that really fit his vibe. And he even like, I think I might have thrown him some money to get into the playlist. But really, he hella promoted it. Like, throughout his shows, playlists, I don't know where else. And then at the time, I was probably just like social media, or like you might have got a DM from me like, hey, I'm on this song, listen to it.
Absolutely. So your most recent release, what is that called? Freaky Deakiness, right?
Freaky Deakiness.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I was taking a look at that previously before we got here. I did listen to it. I like the song a lot. It's very nice. I see that you have not streamed really well with that. So what's the problem?
The problem is me not promoting it as much as I should be, which is what I'm learning. It's a lot of music that gets dropped every day, and a lot of stuff getting posted on Instagram, which mainly my main marketing platforms are Instagram, TikTok, and sometimes my posts fall into my Facebook, which I'm trying not to let happen. And then I go to open mics. I think that's been like my main focus for the past 2 years, is going to open mics with hopefully like a good crowd and just performing my song there, seeing who vibes with it. Because at the same time I'm trying to get my music out there, I'm also trying to get myself out there and like see who's actually rocking with me, so I could build a fan base that way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So why haven't you taken what you learned from the previous song that you have in 2021, where you got 87,000 views or plays, and affiliate that hustle with what you have with Freaky Deakiness?
That's a great
The
question.
playlisting, putting money into it. Why haven't you done that?
That's a great question that I haven't asked myself. I think I need to do that. I made my first TikTok video ever for Freaky Deakiness. So I'm excited to get creative, like with videos, with how I share my stuff. But I was just talking with Rooftop right now. He was telling me about like a SRC code, and I'm like, I don't know what that is. So I'm like, all right, there's a lot of stuff that I know, and maybe I don't know that I should be doing.
Right.
That I just need to take the time to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I've seen that you get about 400 and some odd listeners a month on Spotify. Do you have plans to increase that? Do you at least, I guess, put money into your marquee on Spotify to promote your songs?
I've never put money on Spotify. No.
I think that's where you should start, like, to get it going. Like, in order for people to hear you, they have to be able to hear you. I mean, you have to put that money into there. You can't just drop songs and think that, it's going to get playlisted or played. I mean, Instagram and shit like that, when you're saying, hey guys, I dropped the song, blah, 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 here I am. The motherfuckers ain't gonna click on it and go listen to it. Like, you have to put that work in. So, I think it's best that you just pay to play.
Pay to play, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, Also, I was looking at like when I type your name into YouTube, I have to type in JD the MC topic. I can't just type in JD the MC. When I type in JD the MC, you don't show up. I have to type in JD the MC topic, which puts you on a. It makes you not even relevant to your own shit. Do you have plans to claim your YouTube and all your channels so they'll bring it all into one category for yourself?
Yes, that's on the list to do, is get my YouTube right. I've learned that, like, some people I meet only listen on YouTube, and I feel like it's an injustice to not have my shit together on there. Also, I want to drop videos, so I want to do that on my own page. And I would love to just be able to type in JD the MC and pull up and find me. So, yes.
There's a procedure behind doing that. I mean, so... I don't know if you know about it, but there's a procedure behind getting that done. You have to do a lot of investigating and research on how to bring yourself together virtually. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Virtual bring yourself together is like bringing yourself together personally. You know what I mean? So you find a way to incorporate the two, so you can incorporate your artistry. As far as your image goes, what do you project to your audience?
I think that's where I'm more comfortable at, and that's been a lot of the work that's been happening this past years. It's just like, all right, I'm hopping on stage. Why am I nervous? Like feeling comfortable talking to people, which was like a struggle like these past couple of years. I feel stronger now. I feel like more in my body, and I know I've been putting a lot of work there, but that hasn't been going to, like, that's been energy that hasn't been going to, like, some of the stuff we're talking about. What's my message to the people is it's important to look at yourself, to be real with yourself, because I think we're so busy. We live in a very busy world that we don't take the time to reflect, or like we're living someone else's life. We're holding on to a lot of ideas that were imposed on us, learned as a child, that people are just kind of like going with the flow, and it's a lot of, I don't want to call people sheep, but like it's a lot of like weird interactions and just like an interesting world we're in. And I think like everyone is powerful. Like every single person like has the potential to like show immense love, to like make everyone's light shine brighter, but you can't get to your full potential if like you don't know where to start.
Right. I think that let's get back here. Your image. I want to know about your image. Like, who are you? Who do you show your audience that you are through your music? Not only through your music, just as an individual in your skin. Who are you? Like, who do you display? Do you display a peaceful calm, a grunge, rock star, stoner, ordinary guy?
Yeah, a little bit of everything. I like to be like calm, chill, but I know that's not always what I'm feeling. So, who am I? I'm someone who loves to share joy, to be in bliss, to hold space for others. Someone who like I feel a lot, like energy, like yell at me. If you yell at me, I might cry, type stuff.
Right, because you're a Cancer.
Yeah.
Those fucking Cancers be
Possibly
crying.
that.
They
Possibly
just
that.
be crying.
But
So you're peaceful and you're calm.
I'm excited to meet everyone and see the God in them, but I do get upset when it's like bullshit I'm being confronted with, or like I don't know if we're gonna talk about the song, but it's like it's a lot of weird interactions and like fakeness and like I think like a lot of fear. I think it's a lot of fear, and people kind of like, and I do this too, moving in a way that they think they need to move to feel safe. And sometimes it comes with like some ugly interactions, and I'm not mad at anyone. I just like feel for everyone. Like if I see you in like some kind of suffering, like I don't want that. So I think the image like Loverboy is pretty good. Like I just kind of wanna, which I know it's not my job to do, just like heal the whole world. Like put in all my energy however I could to help everyone. But at the same time, I know that not one person can do that. And a lot of the times it's just like me needing to work on myself. So my image, like I just try to show up as like a joyous, accepting, loving person. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's wonderful news. Now, not only do we have a peaceful, calm guy, we have a peaceful, calm guy with long hair who plays the drums, who wrote his first song in 2019. 2021, you had a song where you got 87,000 plays. You just released a song with less than 1,000. So you need to get that going. You know what I mean? Work on your image and things of that nature, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That's where we'll go. All right. Ladies, if you need a peaceful, calm rapper with long hair that likes to heal, JD is your guy. Let's go on a break.
And pull the wool on them with the bullshit, man. Smooth talking, slick with it, huh? Really moonwalking. Made a killing off a killing, like whose pockets, like whose problem, like.
All right, folks, we are back. Thanks for continuing to stay tuned with us. All right, before we wrap things up, I want to give you some gifts.
What?
We got a rooftop trucker hat for you.
What?
You know what I mean? Go ahead and show it off and display it.
All
You know
right.
what I mean? Folks, I know you've seen the rooftop trucker hat floating around the city. If you don't have one, it's mandatory that you get one. You know, we would really appreciate if you had one. You got to come to the Yo to get one, though.
That is pretty nice.
All right? And this is new. You know what I'm saying? Our very first Loco Social t-shirt. You know, we want you to have that.
Thank you.
You know, you're the first one to get one. You know what I mean? Fresh out the joint.
That's
You
roof
know
right
what I
there?
mean? Go ahead and show that off.
That's
Yeah.
roof right there?
Oh, that's me.
That's you?
That is me.
Is that the queen of rap or what?
Yeah, that's me. You
Okay.
know, that's how we doing it. This part goes to the back. You know what I mean? You know, so when you walk in, you know what I'm saying, people behind you, they see that behind you.
I know what's
You know
going
what I
on.
mean? Absolutely.
Nice. Thank you.
Absolutely. You're welcome. You're welcome.
What's up?
So do you have any shows coming out? Any new singles dropping? Are you traveling? Are you doing any videos? Are you working with any new producers? Are you visiting, networking, anything like that?
I talked a little bit about open mics. I think Denver and Colorado, I'll give a shout out to Fort Collins too, have definitely been like consistently holding events. So if I could, shout out to Wolf Wednesdays, shout out to Beats Bodega. When I can make it to those are like one of my favorite networking opportunities, because you can go share your music, but it's like a hella dope artist coming through.
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
I visited one of those. Well, not one of them. I've been to multiples of the Beats Bodega. It's a great atmosphere. Shout out to She Who Won't Be Named. And
Face to
Beats. Yeah, Face to Feet.
Yeah.
Huge shout out to you guys.
Yeah.
I haven't really met anybody on Wolf yet.
No?
Whoever runs that, no, I haven't really met anyone. But eventually I will pay a visit to Wolf Wednesdays and check them out, see what they're doing.
Yeah, let me know if you're ever trying to pull up, and maybe I'll see you there.
Absolutely. Anything else you want to contribute to this interview?
Well, I mean, I need to tell everyone about I am dropping a song June 15th. It'll be a single called Don't Worry About It. And you will see a lot of energy going into pushing it out. You won't see some money going into it because that's on the back end, but believe it'll happen. Don't Worry About It. June 15th is going to drop. Also, June 15th, I heard Local Social is doing a pretty dope event at Bar Red with Telly headlining. So shout out Lucid Music Group and a whole bunch of other dope artists. So June 15th, if you're trying to be in Denver at Bar Red, come through. I think it's like $5 at the door. And last time it was hella lit.
Yeah, last time it was lit.
Yeah.
Shout out Local Socials. Shout out to our DJ Rooftop.
Hey,
shout out to DSBF Films for the videos and the pictures and all that. Shout out. So yes. Anything else you want to add?
It's a video coming out soon. We have no date for that, but yeah, I would say June. I'll be in Fort Collins as well. June 29th, if anyone wants to pull up with Hands Up Entertainment, is a really dope new promotional group that are inviting cool artists to organize shows in Fort Collins, which I think is really important because they love music in Fort Collins. But you don't always have the time to come out to Denver. And then after that, look forward to not seeing me so much, at least in like July, August, because I got some things to work on.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, without further ado, folks, you have tuned in to the Loco Talk Show. I am your host, Decora. We hung out with JD the MC. I always want to call him JD.
You want to call me the most chill?
Hey, you got so many damn names.
It's cool.
Yes, absolutely. Huge shout out to Rooftop Sound Studios. We really appreciate you. Thank you. This is our first episode for season 2.
Hey.
Thanks for rocking out with us. Peace. If it ain't Loco, Loco, it ain't Loco, Local.
Whose pockets like? Whose problem like? Who's popping? Trying to box me up and that's a new coffin. Liberate that boy, take the noose off. Made a killing off a killing like whose pockets like? Whose problem like? Life's a bitch, I bet the choice ain't bad as mine. See wishes and prayers, but no, it's not always Valentine. 2024, why is it still free?
Sponsored by Rooftop Sound Studios.